Well, it's night 24. I still have all my Tanya Mother Tucker free t-shirt that I won in an Instagram contest. And I've really never won anything. I gotta say, I was a little more excited than probably one should be at this age over winning a free t-shirt and an album. But it was, maybe I'm just bored in quarantine. Maybe it's because I've never won anything. I don't know, but I was pretty excited. And moving on, what do we have here? Petoskey Stone Gin. This is from Petoskey, Michigan. If you've never been there, I would highly recommend it. It's on the water, very nice, and a very cute little downtown. And I lugged this back really for a friend of mine named Dave, because I don't really love gin, but it's quarantine and I'm experimenting. Maybe it's been so long since I've tried all these things. Maybe I forgot. With a little diet tonic, and it's kind of refreshing. Sort of like a summer drink. It's a little chilly out right now. I don't know if that would go with outside right now. Let's get back to Tanya being afraid that her boyfriend Kevin is going to find out she lives in a crap hole of a trailer. It's even worse than the last trailer. Okay, first he tried to kiss her. She liked it till he French kissed her, and then she didn't like that. My attempt to go underground was short-lived because some of Kevin's friends discovered where we moved. Sure enough, one day there was a knock at the door, and when I pulled the blinds back, there was Kevin with a group of pals perched on their bikes outside the trailer. A cold chill went all over me, and I said, "Daddy, what am I going to do? I can't ask him in here." Dad and Mother understood as well as I did just how bad this place was. They never invited anyone over anymore either. "Just say it's temporary, Tanya," Dad said. "Just temporary." For the first time in my life, I understood how LaCosta must have felt when I exposed the jeans stuffed rocking chair to her friend. That episode didn't seem half as funny when it was replaying in my own life. But I sucked it up and walked outside. I asked Kevin to walk down the road with me away from his friends. "This place is horrible, isn't it?" I began, and then I went to go on and on before he even had to answer. I knew the answer was anyway. Of course it was horrible. We don't really live like this all the time. It's just that we got behind. Yeah, she doesn't tell him that Daddy's behind a lot. That's why they're moving a lot more. I kept on rambling and apologizing and explaining until Kevin started laughing and stopped me from going on about it. "Do you think I like you because of where you live? I couldn't care less about where you live. I like you, not your house. You're very special, Tanya. Don't you know that?" I couldn't believe it. I was special. It didn't matter if we lived in a trashy trailer that we could barely afford. Kevin liked Tanya Tucker, the person. Seldom in my life have men been unconditionally accepted me for just what I am. So Kevin Burgess still holds a place in my heart. Well, I wonder if Kevin's listening to this reading. I wonder if Kevin knows he's still loved from afar. I wonder what happened to Kevin. Between having boys and starting to show up at the trailer and riding horses with my girlfriends, I was beginning to cause Dad to worry because I was losing interest in singing. And St. George school life was far more important to me than it had ever been. I really liked the kids, the classes, and the experience of being put in a real part of something instead of an outsider. Dad saw me getting more and more involved in school's activities and less interested in talking about my future, and it worried him. I mean, she's still probably 12 years old at this point. Let's let the girl go play somewhere. One night, I was getting ready to go to bed, and he asked me to sing him a song, and I balked. "Daddy, it's 11 o'clock, and I've got school in the morning." 11 o'clock? Who stays up at that age? You don't get to stay up till 11 o'clock. "Daddy, it's 11 o'clock, and I got school in the morning," I protested. He kept after me, but I refused to sing. "You've got the talent to make something of yourself. I'm going to show you what kind of life you could have if you don't make it as a singer." Well, I think they're living it. I don't think he has to show her. Just say, "Look around this crappy trailer." You get yourself outside and weed that garden because you could wind up doing that for the rest of your life. Really? I can think of other things with no education that you could do. The easy thing would do to just be go sing his damn song, but I never seem to do the things the easy way. If there's a hard way, I'd find it. I stomped out there in my nightgown and grabbed a hoe. I don't know how long I stayed out there. It seemed like an hour, but it might have been more like 15 minutes. I hoed the hell out of that garden, too. Finally, I had enough. I knocked on the door of the trailer and said, "All right, Daddy, I'm ready to sing." That night was one of the few times I saw Mother get angry with Dad. She wore him out over sending me to hoe weeds on a school night. He told her he was teaching me a lesson, and in fact he did. I was sure I didn't want to hoe weeds for a living. Well, that's one way to find that out. To do it at 11 o'clock at night in your nightgown when you're like maybe 12 years old. It wasn't long after the weed hoeing incident that Dad decided we needed more than Nashville sessions to show record labels. So he scraped together $400. I wonder where that came from. And we drove to Vegas to make what he considered a decent pitch tape. After checking with the Musicians Union, we located a bass player named Cotton Harp who said he would produce. It's all these names, Cotton and Peanut. Nobody just go by a real name. After checking with the we found Cotton. He said he'd produce some demos. He booked time at the United Recordings, and we started going over material. I picked 5 songs. Hank Williams's I'm So Lonely I Could Cry, Proud Mary, which have been all over the airwaves the last couple of years, both by Creedence Clearwater and Ike Tina Turner. Tommy Cash's Rise and Shine, Glenn Campbell's I Want to Live, and Put Your Hand in the Hand. Oh, I remember that. Put your hand in the hand of the man from Summerfire. Put your hand in the hand of the man who owns the sea. Something like that. When we got to the studio, Cotton decided he wanted me to sing For the Good Times. I was so sad. It's such a sad song. I'd never done the song, and although Cotton didn't have a lyric sheet, he knew the words. So he stood in front of me and mouthed the words while I sang. I don't think the Las Vegas sessions were as good as the ones we'd done at Exit Studios in Nashville. Attitude and guitar picker aside, the Nashville tape had an honesty and simplicity that I still prefer. But no matter what I think, the Vegas tapes were the ones that got me my break. Oh my God, people, we're almost to the great parts. Look how hard we've worked. We worked through all those trailers, all those movings, all those evictions. It's all going to come full circle in a great way now. I feel it's going to pay off. And Tanya's going to get a break. I'm feeling Delta Dawn's right around the corner. There's my Delta. Where's my balloon go? It's dying. It's not dead yet, though. She's not fully dead. Still, no, Delta is not fully dead. All right. I will see you guys back here. My tulips are still fine. They're 100% real. Don't anybody I don't want to pull that out, but see the water and the bulbs in there? I'm just fascinated. $13. $12.99. Okay, stay safe. And if you're in one of those states that's opening like in an hour, be careful.